Welcome back, guys. My name is Skaliber, and today I want to introduce you to my latest and most simple data pack called forgivingvoid, or SFV. Maybe even a worse acronym than SBS, but we're running out of good combinations here because I have like at least 10 projects now that all have different names, so eventually the acronyms are going to get a bit shit, so there we go. So today we're starting off in the end because today's data pack is all about the end dimension. Usually when you fall off the end island, whether you get hit by the dragon or punched by an enderman or just simply miss through your ender pearl, it's kind of one of the most brutal deaths that you can experience in Minecraft. You fall into the dark abyss, there's nothing that you can do to recover unless you can land a really nice pearl shot or something similar. It genuinely is one of the most brutal ways to die, unfortunately. You fall down there, you lose all your XP, all your items, you get reset back to square one. It's one of the absolute worst ways to die. Now, something we can do, which I think is a much better way of handling this, is by actually taking advantage of teleporting and executing commands in different dimensions. With this data pack installed, if you were to fall into the void, that feels horrible. When you hit the bottom of the world, you'll be teleported to Y255 in the overworld with this weird nausea effect, and you, of course, will still die. You absolutely will, and if you don't have keep inventory turned on, all your items will fly all over the place. But yeah, there you go. So all of your items will be gone, and you'll die, you'll lose your XP, you'll lose your motivation. But the good thing is, if you landed in the overworld, all your items are more likely to survive, and you can get an idea of where they landed, which was somewhere over there, so you can go and collect them all and carry on with your adventure. Now, this data pack obviously is just a really beneficial one. It's just a straight up upgrade from the vanilla mechanics, and I understand that a lot of people will not like this one, so I have tried to change around a few things and give you a few options that you can play around with to make it a little bit more suitable for your own pack. But yeah, so what this essentially does is it means that when you fall into the void in the end, you no longer lose all of your items. You can actually, have them just plop out in the overworld in a certain space as well. This data pack gives the implication that the end is in the atmosphere as opposed to a different dimension, which is an odd one, but there you go. And yeah, and obviously if you can go and collect your items in time, then you can recover all your gear and you're not going to lose it forever. You can recover your XP and things are all good. Everyone's happy, everyone gets to go home. So if I just teleported myself back to the end portal, which is over here. So yeah, obviously with this data pack making things very, very easy, I've decided to change things up a little bit, because you may have already realized that if I was to give myself an elytra, we can now very, very easily survive re-entry. And I'll give you a demonstration of how that works right now. If we go into the end and fall into the void as usual, we'll be teleported to the overworld, but I can open up my elytra, and then of course we can just fly to safety like so. Now, that's too easy. That is much, much too easy, and I completely understand that that is the case. Obviously, if you have an elytra, it's already going to be extremely kind of like difficult for you to die from the void, because of course if you fell down off an end island, you can just open your elytra, get a firework rocket out, which you should at that point have, and go back up to the end island. So if you've already got an elytra, then you're probably more likely to survive the void anyway. But yeah, I understand that this could be a concern for some people, that if you just fall through the void and you can just fly, then you can kind of almost take advantage of the void teleportation mechanics, and you can use your elytras to travel really, really far from Y500. So we do actually have a setting. If I'm to go function, Skaliber, and then forgivingvoid, settings, reentry effects, you'll hear a little sound say it's to come on, and players returning from the end the long way will suffer from nasty end viruses. Now let me show you what this means. If we are to fall into the void as usual, then when we return to the overworld, we will have some very, very nasty end viruses, as you can see here. We have nausea, we have hunger, we have poison, and the reason why we have this is because, of course, it will kill you. That actually took a little bit longer than I expected, to be completely honest, but there you go. So basically, what this setting does is it makes it a lot more difficult for people to survive re-entering the atmosphere, because if they do happen to fall through the void, they do get teleported back over to the overworld and their items are safe, but they'll be given the max level hunger that you can possibly be given for a full 30 seconds, and poison 3 for a whole 60 seconds. So if you don't get a chance to eat some food and recover your hunger, then you will be poisoned to death, because you'll be getting to a point where your hunger is so low that you can actually take damage from it. And of course, if you're playing in hard mode, which everyone should be in my opinion, then yeah, it's going to mean that you can die from re-entering the atmosphere. So it's kind of a more brutal way to go, if nothing else. So this function can be toggled off and on. It is actually off by default, because I figure that it's a bit of a strange one. Obviously, people will probably want to have a more realistic scenario. And if you're going for the whole, the end is in the atmosphere and you can fall to the overworld thing, then just getting randomly poisoned and given hunger doesn't really make much sense. That's more of just like a balancing option. So by default, that setting will be off like so, but then, you know, traveling through the void doesn't apply effects. But then, of course, you can just toggle it on manually, and then at that point you will get the nasty end viruses when you travel through the void. So yeah, it's a really, really simple data pack. One option to just give you guys a bit of options for balancing. This is completely multiplayer compatible. I tested it the other day. So you can actually use it on a server and it will work independently for each player. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will be using it in my upcoming series. And of course, I'll be coming out with some new data packs in the next few days and the next few weeks as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed SFV v1. This was Skaliber's Forgiving Void. Download from my website as always, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.